Well, hello there. Welcome back to another session of Fun Friday Computer Classes. My name is Beth Gaff, and I am the Systems Manager, Technology Trainer, and Robotics Instructor here at the Peabody Public Library. Thank you so much for being a part of our Fun Computer class. And today we're going to be learning about Facebook 101, just the basics. So I don't really want to waste any more time. I've got a really good class going, and I'm really excited about it. So let's get started with Facebook 101. Well, hello there. My name is Beth Gaff, and I am the Systems Manager, Technology Trainer, and Robotics Instructor here at the Peabody Public Library. Welcome back to another Fun Friday computer class. I did try to do this on live on Friday. However, for some reason, my microphone setting didn't take, and therefore I had to re-record it this morning. Or today rather. So whether you're joining me in the morning, afternoon, or evening, it doesn't matter. I'm just happy that you're here joining me. Today we are going to be talking about Facebook 101, and I am going to be using a site called gcflearnfree.org. They have a lot of awesome, valuable topics that involve not only technology but other items as well. So I would highly encourage that you take some time and an opportunity to kind of take a look at them. We're just going to go over some very basic skills that involve Facebook, which also involves the signing up of and what the point is and why we would want to use it. I am going to be flipping between my Facebook page and the GCF Learn Free. And hopefully we'll be able to see some of these videos that it wasn't showing me when I tried to do this on Friday as well. So hopefully this is just a better off class all the way around. Now, GCF Learn Free, their Facebook is a little outdated. However, I am going to be showing you mine, so you'll be able to see the most current version that is out there. So let's start off with what is Facebook. So Facebook is a social media site. It does make it easy for you to connect with family, friends online, especially those friends and family that may be distant. So if you have some that are overseas in another state, something along those lines, then this would be an excellent way for you to stay communicated with them. So why use it? We hear about it. Why use it? So have you ever wondered why people like using it? After all, there are already a lot of other ways to communicate other online. So you could do that through email, instant messaging. So what makes Facebook so unique in the ability to connect and share with people? So, for many, having a Facebook account is now an expected part of being online, much like having our own email addresses. How many of us have those friends that when we walk around, they have to be on their phone, right? I mean, it's just if you leave your house and you don't have your phone, you're in a panic, right? So that has just become part of our world now, as far as normacy. So let's just kind of look at some of, now again, this is slightly outdated and I'll show you my page in a moment. But let's see, now here's some reasons why you may want to connect with Facebook. You can see updates and posts from friends. You can share photos and videos with friends. You can share your information on your profile. You can invite friends to join groups and events that you may be involved with. You can chat with available friends, connect with businesses and celebrities. You can use social plugins across the web. Social plugins would be like your Instagram, your TikTok, any other kind of social media that you would be able to attach with, which in this instance, they're using CNN. Connect your account with other sites. So many a times I'm sure you've seen, and I'm going to go back through these. Many a times I'm sure you've seen when you're playing a game or something, it wants you to connect with your Facebook account. So seeing updates and posts. So we're going to talk about what updates and posts are for a little bit better understanding. Being able to share some of those photos and videos that you've created. And we're also going to be talking about the difference between sharing those through Messenger and sharing those as a live thing for the whole world to see. You can share information on your profile page. This would be maybe some of your biography about you, things like that. But we're also going to talk about the security of Facebook as well. So we want to be careful of things that we're sharing out there. You can invite your friends to join groups and events. So what this would be good for, every year for my family Thanksgiving, I create a group on Facebook. It's a private group. There's three kinds of groups you can have. It's a private group, which means only the people that I invite to it know it exists. So then I can go on Facebook, assuming they're on there, and invite them. If they aren't on Facebook, then a simple phone call will work just as well. You can chat with available friends. And chatting can go a little bit farther than just with friends. If you actually are involved with businesses on here, perhaps maybe something local, then you may want to send them a message, and that would be chatting with the business itself. I talked a little bit about the social plugins, the way that you can do your social stuff. So locally where I am, some of my TV stations would probably be a good social plugin for me, so I can get all of their updates of the news coming on, the weather, closings, things along those lines. And again, we talked about this signing up using your Facebook account for other accounts. It just kind of keeps it all together. You do not have to post. Uh, I know for me, I'll get a lot of messages separately from people that, hey, play my game. I get 500 coins if you play my game. Well, it is acquired. So if you don't really want to do that, then you can just simply ignore that. You don't have to participate. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Facebook sharing and how it works. First, I want to flip you to my Facebook page. So here is my Facebook page. This would be my news feed that's in the middle. This is stuff that my friends are posting or perhaps things that I've looked into. Over here on my left-hand side are some of my more common things. I can go straight to my page by clicking on my name. My daughter's getting married in July, so we went wedding dress shopping this weekend. Again, going back to my normal Facebook news feed, I would just press on my F, and that takes me right back to my feed. Here I can also see pages that I'm involved with, perhaps pages that I run, or maybe I'm just helping run. Some of my most recent stuff would be on here. We are going to talk about the marketplace in a little bit of a separate setting. And then we've got groups. So these are groups that I'm involved with. And you could be in several other kinds of groups. You could, and we're going to talk about groups as well. I'm just kind of briefly going over this. And then I can see more. So here is more. So if I have an event that might be coming up, then I could click on my events and it's going to list any events that they think that I might either be interested in or something that I might be signed up for. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Facebook sharing. So Facebook allows you to send messages and post status updates to keep in touch with family and friends. You can also share different types of content like photos and links, but sharing something on Facebook is a bit different than other types of online communication. Unlike email or instant messaging, which are relatively private, the things you share on Facebook are more public, which means they will usually be seen by many other people. While Facebook offers privacy tools to help you limit some of this sharing, it is important to understand that Facebook is designed to be more open and social than the traditional communication tools. So that's a lot to take in. So let's break some of that down a little bit. Um, by more public, it means if I post something on my feed. So let me go back to my page. If I post something on my feed, so if I come in here and I decide that I want to post something and I click post, all of my friends that are on my list are going to see that. All of them. Now my friends are over here, but I might want to just send them a message and post it to them that way. That is a more private way of doing things. So you don't have to send it for the whole world to see. Now, if I tag somebody, so let's say I come in here and I tag somebody. A lot of times I can just start to type their name and they will pop up like this did. But if that doesn't happen, another way to do it would be the @ sign and then that person's name. Now, if I tag them and I make some kind of a comment and I click post, this is now going to let them know that I've tagged them in something, and it's going to put that on their page, which means that all of their friends can see it now. So just keep that in mind when it comes to posting stuff and what direction you want to go into as far as sharing. Do you want it private? Do you want just your friends seeing it? Do you want to share it so the whole world can see it? There's a lot of different ways that you can share photos, links, videos, um, where you're not showing it to everyone if that's not what you want to be doing. All right, let's take a look at this video for the introduction to Facebook.
Goodwill Community Foundation, creating opportunities for a better life.
Facebook is one of the most popular social networking sites in the world. In this video, I'm going to show you how to sign up and also how to navigate your account. To get started, go to facebook.com and fill out the form you see here. You'll need to enter your first and last name, and then your email address. You'll also need a good strong password, one that's easy for you to remember but hard for other people to guess. Avoid using really obvious passwords like your name, predictable patterns, or the word password. The more random your password is, the better. Next, enter your birthday and gender. This may seem like a lot of personal information to share, but don't worry. If you're concerned about privacy, you can always change your settings later to limit what other people can see. When you're ready, click the button that says Sign Up, and a page will appear that says Welcome to Facebook. All you have to do now is confirm your email address. Afterwards, you'll be able to access all the features on the site. Just go to your email, find the message that Facebook sent you, and follow the instructions. Congratulations! Now you have a Facebook account. One of the first things you'll want to do is start exploring, so you can learn your way around the site. For example, this is your homepage, which is the first thing you'll see whenever you sign in. It includes the publisher, where you can post status updates, links to other parts of the site, and finally your newsfeed. This is where you'll see updates from the people you're friends with and also the pages you follow. Let's take a look at my profile next. Your profile, also known as your timeline, is your personal page on Facebook. It displays your photos, school and work info, and anything else that you've shared. Friends and family can also share posts on your timeline, for example, to wish you a happy birthday. At the top of the page, you'll find features like the search bar, messages, notifications, and more. You can access these anytime, no matter where you are on Facebook. For example, watch what happens when we go back to the home page. All of the options are still there. Do you have a mobile device, like a smartphone or a tablet? Then you might want to try the Facebook app. The app lets you do almost everything that you can do on the desktop version, from reading updates to checking notifications. The interface is different, but still pretty similar to the features on the website, so with a little practice, you should be able to use it in no time. For example, here's the Facebook app for the iPhone. You can easily scroll up and down your news feed and access other common features here, like messages and a link back to your news feed. The More button lets you navigate to other parts of the app, including your timeline, events, and more. The Android app has a similar button for the very same purpose. This time you'll find it in the upper left corner. Just tap or swipe right, and you can access almost all the features you're used to finding on the website. Now you have an account and everything you need to get started with Facebook. Both the desktop version and the app make it extremely easy to keep in touch. Soon it'll start to feel like second nature as you get more and more experience with your account.
Okay. that summed it up pretty well. Let's go over some common Facebook terms. I am going to go over creating an account. I'm going to attempt to log out of mine. I haven't done that in a while. But here's some common Facebook terms. So notifications, you'll receive a notification in an email or on your homepage when someone wants to interact with you. You can change some of that in your settings. You may also receive it as a text message. It just depends on how you have it set up. A status update is the most common thing that people are sharing. You can do this text posts to your friends and let them comment on them. So status updates, that would be here. If I want to say what's on my mind, that would be a status update. I would just type what I want to say and then I would click post, and that allows them to comment. You can add people you know as friends on Facebook. Your friends will see the things you share, including status updates and photos. And to search for a friend, you literally can just come up to the search field of Facebook and search for a friend. I don't have a friend named Beverly, but I'm going to look up a Beverly. And then I'm going to hit enter. Yeah, I want to leave this page. And now it's going to show me Beverlys that are probably within a certain radius of me. And then on the side here, I would be able to add them as a friend. It also shows me groups that may have that name or any kind of pages, videos, TikToks, or anything that my friends may have. And again, to take me back home to the original page, I would just click on my Facebook. But that is how I would search for friends, groups, pages. The only way you would not be able to find them is if they're private. So if the groups and pages are private, you probably won't be able to find them, and they're probably going to have to send you a link to invite you. If people have their profile pages private, then you probably won't be able to find them either. Or perhaps maybe there's been something that has happened or gone wrong. I apologize for that. Perhaps it's something that has gone wrong and you're no longer friends with them. Then, they could have very well blocked you. And for that, then you would not be able to find them either, or vice versa if you were the one that blocked. Your timeline. So also known as your profile page, the timeline is where you share your information about yourself on Facebook. So for example, it's where you'll post your profile picture, share your basic information about yourself. And we're going to look a little bit more into that. Your news feed is the stream of updates from your friends and I'm just going to let you know right now, since I'm using my Facebook page, I'm going to be apologizing for my friends now. Sometimes they get a little out of control and sometimes the posts may not be 100% appropriate. If I see them right away, I will get out of them right away. But just know that this is your news feed, and this would be the feed that people are posting. Let's see, a tag. We briefly talked about a tag. Friends can tag you in photos, and it'll also alert you that you've been tagged in something. You can like a post, and as a matter of fact, you can like them now, love them, care about them, get mad about them, sad about them. They have a lot of different emojis that you can use now. And then you would be able to comment on any kind of post that your friends may have up. So creating a Facebook page, they kind of told you a little bit about that in the video, but I just kind of wanted to go over it, and it doesn't look like I'll need to log out because everything we need is right here. So I would just go to facebook.com, and that's pretty much what I'm on now, facebook.com. And under the sign up of facebook.com, I mean, as soon as I type in facebook.com, it's either going to want me to log in or I'm going to need to sign up. And then you would fill out this basic information. I think some of this is still a little different. I think under the gender, they have other gender options as well. And then you can find friends. Now, if I go to my profile page, there's mine. This is my cover photo. This is my profile picture. I can just click on that, and then I'm able to go in and change my picture. I can upload a photo from my computer if I want to, so I could find some kind of a picture in here that might work. I can create an avatar profile picture. They have frames. And I can do the same thing for my cover photo. I can edit my cover photo and I can select a photo, upload it, reposition it, remove it, however I want to do. And you can also, you'll need to confirm your email account. You will need an email account. So if you don't have one, you'll need to create one, whether you're using Google Gmail or you're using Yahoo, it doesn't matter, but you will need some kind of a um, email account and you need to be able to get into it. So you need to know your password to that account so you can verify it. Once verified, you can go exploring on Facebook. This is my homepage that shows you my news feed, and so forth and so on. I can just start exploring it. Let's take a look at our homepage. This is a little bit different than the current, but the concept is still the same. I have my search. I've showed you the search. The search is right up here. I have that search. This is my timeline. My timeline's right here. How I can find friends. They don't have that find friend. They have ways that I can add different things here if I want to, but typically I would just search for my friends in the search field. Any kind of recent activity that I may have had would be shown up here, my notifications. That's what this is. This tells me about all of my notifications. This would be making a post, and I kind of showed you that already, even by tagging someone if I needed to. I would just be creating my post. This is my menu of options. I've shown you that as well. These are shortcuts to some of the groups that I'm involved in, which I'm involved in a lot of them. And I'll show you how we can get on groups. And these is my news feed, which we did talk about, and any kind of chat I may have. So this would be my chat. So let's talk a little bit about the timeline. Let me go into mine. So this is my timeline. And here I have already talked about it. This is my cover photo. I can change that anytime. This is my profile. Here I can change or go into my about. This is my about and my bio. I would be able to edit that bio any way that I want to. This is just an introduction to that bio, or I can edit my details or add to them if I need to. This would be my intro. So this just kind of tells everybody a little bit about me. Again, this is making a post. So it's all pretty much stuff that we've already talked about as far as all of that goes. So let's take a look at the Android side of that if you're using a mobile device. So we got our search. We have our messenger. This would be our notifications telling us something, our menu. So really the best are newsfeed and creating a post. This is the iPhone, same concept. The best way to really get to know Facebook is to actually get in here, push buttons, try things. You're not going to hurt anything by exploring. So one thing to mention about these different Facebook accounts is that the Facebook account is actually an account that follows you. It does not follow your device. So although you may have used your laptop or your desktop to actually create the account for Facebook, it is not the device that you need to log in. You can log into it from any device. It's an account that follows you, just like your email. So if you don't have your smartphone and you need to check your Facebook, your email, anything like that, then you would just go to facebook.com and you would log in. So making sure that you have your login information is going to be extremely important. Okay, let's talk about Facebook privacy, and the best way to do that is just to show you the video about Facebook privacy.
Goodwill Community Foundation, creating opportunities for a better life.
You may have heard about the complex and sometimes controversial issue of privacy on Facebook, but have you given any thought to the level of privacy you're comfortable with? It's different for everyone. Take Judy and Brian. Judy uses Facebook primarily to keep up with friends and family. She prefers more privacy because that way she can talk about her personal life, but still keep her private life private. Brian, on the other hand, uses Facebook a lot for networking, making new connections, and socializing in a very open way. He prefers less privacy because for him, putting himself out there is what it's all about. There are 3 different places where you can control your privacy on Facebook: under privacy settings for your account, on individual posts, and on your profile. Each item has its own set of options, so you can pick and choose what you want to share. These options may seem confusing at first, but once you know what they mean, you should have no problem customizing your account. Let's take a look at the 6 most common options you'll find while adjusting your privacy. The first is Friends, which is a popular choice for a lot of content on Facebook. Basically, this option will protect the item in question so only the people you've added as friends can see or interact with it. Friends is the perfect choice for things that you want to share, just not with people you don't know. Another similar option is Lists. Lists let you organize your friends into groups, so when you share something with one of them, for example, with your close friends but not your coworkers, only the people in that list will be able to see it. This gives you the freedom to share what you want, but not necessarily with everyone you know. The next option, Friends of Friends, is slightly less secure. It extends access not only to your friends, but also to their friends. This can include people you don't know, even people you've deliberately chosen not to connect with. Therefore, you should only use this option if you feel comfortable sharing with anyone your friends may have connected with. Public is the least secure option. It allows everyone on Facebook and on the web to view your profile, activity, and other information. It also opens you up to third-party applications and advertisers. Only Me, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. It prevents everyone but you from seeing the information in question. For example, you may want to be the only person who can see photos that you've been tagged in. That way, you don't have to worry about anything embarrassing or unflattering showing up on your profile. The last option is Custom. This setting lets you decide on an individual basis who has access to your content. It's especially useful for things like your contact information, photos, and other details that you want to share with some of your friends, but not all of them. You won't necessarily find these options attached to every item on Facebook. Sometimes you'll only have 1 or 2 to choose from. Sometimes you'll find what you're looking for under Custom instead. You'll also find the options are slightly different across the web. For instance, have you ever been to a site that lets you like or share things directly to your timeline? How about a site that lets you sign in with Facebook instead of creating a new account? There's actually a word for this feature. It's called the Facebook platform, and it can impact your privacy in a couple different ways. Some sites use the platform to connect your account to their services. Others use it to customize your experience based on your personal info. To protect yourself, always read the description that's provided, including the site's privacy policy, and don't agree to anything you're not comfortable with. You can view or edit your connections to other sites by signing into your account. In short, the key to understanding privacy on Facebook is simple. You control what you share based on the choices you make. Now you know what to look for and what all the different settings mean.
Okay. So let's take a look a little bit of that. So under my name here, I can go to Settings and Privacy, and then I can go to Settings. And in here, I'm actually able to set up some of my privacy options, who can send me requests, who can see anything like that. So you really can personalize it to work for you the best. All right, so we went through all of the security. They do also have parent portals. So if you have a child that's on Facebook, you can go in there and set up perimeters. Here is a little bit more about adjusting your privacy settings.
Goodwill Community Foundation, creating opportunities for a better life.
Before you start using your Facebook account, you should take some time to review your current privacy settings and explore some of the ways you can protect your information. The Privacy Shortcuts feature is a great place to start. Just click the icon in the upper right corner that looks like a padlock. You can access the same feature in the mobile app. This time, tap the More button, then scroll to the bottom of the menu and look for Privacy Shortcuts. As you can see, these are shortcuts to some of the most common privacy settings. For example, you can quickly manage who's allowed to see your posts and who's allowed to contact you on Facebook. You can even block someone if they're bothering you in some way. I want to go a little deeper than these shortcuts though, so I'm going to click the link that says See More Settings. On this page, you can manage several different things related to your privacy, including the basic settings you see here, as well as timeline and tagging, blocking, apps, and ads. By default, Facebook's privacy settings are designed to promote social interaction and the open exchange of personal information. If you're comfortable with that, you can choose the settings that let you be more open and social. If you're not, here are some tips that will help you safeguard your privacy. First, I recommend limiting who can see your future posts. This includes status updates, photos, and other things that you decide to share. Just click to view more information. Next, use the Audience selector to control who has access. I recommend choosing either Friends or Custom to give yourself the most privacy. This isn't the only place you'll find the Audience selector. You'll also find it in the Status Update box. Here you can use it to change the audience for the current post, for example, if you're sharing something different from what you normally post on Facebook. But don't forget to change it back when you're done. Anytime you change the Audience selector, either here or in your privacy settings, you're changing your default setting as well. So pay close attention and make sure you don't share anything with the wrong audience by mistake. Next, we'll take a look at timeline and tagging. You'll find the link in the left pane right under Privacy. A tag is a way to identify someone on Facebook by posting their name and a link to their profile. Your friends can tag you by identifying you in photos, videos, and other posts, including status updates. Tagging can be fun, but it can also lead to trouble. For example, say a friend tags you in something unflattering or inappropriate. The tag will stay on your timeline where other people will be able to see it if you're not careful. This can include family, coworkers, and anyone else you have on your friends list. To avoid unwanted tagging, these are the settings I recommend. First, under Who can add things to my timeline, enable the option that lets you review the posts you've been tagged in before they appear on your timeline. That way you can approve or deny them on a case-by-case basis. Next, change the last two options under Who can see things on my timeline. Since Friends of Friends almost certainly includes people you don't know, even people you've deliberately chosen not to connect with, it's safer to choose Friends instead. Under How can I manage tags people add and tagging suggestions, the first option is another one that lets you review and approve tags before they appear on Facebook. It's a good idea to enable this one too. The last option uses something called facial recognition to help identify you in your friends' photos. It won't tag you in anything automatically or identify you to people you don't know, but if you prefer, you can change the setting to No One, and this will turn the feature off. Let's move on to app settings. You can access this page by clicking Apps in the left pane. Here you'll find ways to protect your privacy when it comes to playing games on Facebook or using your account to connect to other sites. For instance, you may not want your friends to know how many hours you've spent playing Candy Crush. The same goes for the things you do outside of Facebook. In this example, we'll look at the website CNN.com. If you use your Facebook account to like an article at CNN.com, your friends can potentially see that activity on Facebook and on CNN's website. These features are designed to make your experience on Facebook more open and social, but it can be at the expense of your personal information or privacy. It's important to educate yourself and decide what level of sharing you're comfortable with. To edit the settings for an app or service that you're connected to, look for it on this list. Here you can learn more about the app or change the way it uses your information. To hide these details again, click Close. If you want to remove the app altogether, you can click the X on the very far right. Even if you don't use any apps, the apps your friends use can access some of your personal information. Luckily, you can control exactly what they have access to here. For the most privacy, we recommend unchecking every box. This will prevent your friends' apps from using your information without your knowledge. The last protective step I'd like to show you has to do with advertisements on Facebook and the ways they can use your information. To access these settings, click Ads in the left pane. On this page, you can manage several types of ads, including ads shown on third-party sites and ads that are shown to your friends, also known as social ads. All of this information is good to review, but I'm going to focus on ads and friends. Here's an example of what a social ad looks like. Let's zoom in so you can see how it works. Say you use your Facebook account to like Denver Sushi. The original ad is on the left. Now Facebook can pair that ad with your name and share it with your friends, almost like an endorsement. It's all based on the idea that people like knowing what their friends like. If you're uncomfortable with that, though, you can disable the feature. Just click the drop-down menu here and choose No One. Don't forget to click Save Changes when you're done. Now you know some of the ways you can protect your information on Facebook. To learn more, visit your privacy settings and explore some of the options we talked about today.
So that is a very, very deep look at all of the privacy settings. That was a lot of information. So if you need to, we could go over that together and sit down in a setting so you have a little bit better understanding about privacy and settings. I'm not going to go through any more of it because she did a very, very good job on it. But again, to access those settings, I'm just going into my profile and going in, and then from here, I would be able to go into those different areas that she was speaking about. Okay, let's go to the next area. And we did talk a little bit about sharing on Facebook already in the beginning, just making sure that you know who you're sharing to and that and how. Something for those kids to think about as parents. We want to make sure that some of that information they may have for their bio information may want to be a little bit limited just because we don't want them getting into things that they shouldn't be. Let's see what this is getting into. All right, so this is just talking about Facebook chat and messaging and going back here and going into that. So Facebook chat and messaging, that's what this is. So if I wanted to message this person, I would just click on them. Of course, I would, if I'm not friends with them, then it would request them to allow me to message them. We're just skimming the surface on some of this Facebook stuff. You can go in and edit some of your account settings. Again, this is going to be in that settings feature, which I do believe was talked about. Text messaging, how you can get some notifications. Plus, having your phone attached to your account is a good way. We're not going to talk about deactivating today. Having your phone number in there is a good way for verifying you. So if you did lose your password, then they would have a way to verify you. We've already talked about our news feed today. Creating lists is in the next Facebook class, which would probably be more of a one-on-one. Let's talk a little bit about groups for a second. I am in a lot of different groups, and I can search for groups by just looking for them on here. A group could be a religious group, could be a garage sale group, could be a book group. It could be a lot of different kinds of groups. So you just want to put in there what it is that you're looking for as far as a group goes. So if I'm looking for garage sale sites in Carmel, Indiana, Carmel Fishers, I can just type in exactly what I'm looking for. And then I can invite, I think I'm already joined on this one. But if I wasn't, I would have a join But you would search for groups, pages, people, everything like that right in here. Here's the Peabody Public Libraries page. We have a couple of them, I think. This is a good picture. So you could see some of the things going on with us. Let's see what else we can briefly talk about today. We talked about Facebook pages and how you can get on that and what they are and what the purpose of those would be. You could do those for a community public page. Perhaps you're looking for a business page. And again, you would just search for those like you would people, groups, anything else right here in your search field. So if you wanted to stay more connected with your community, then you would be able to do that. You can also start your own Facebook page, start your own groups. So in order to start your own pages and groups, that would require us kind of sitting down together because it really just kind of depends on what it is you're looking for. Those are those emojis I was talking about, how we can react to different things. They also have the caring one now. I can show you. So if I come up here, these are all of those emojis that I can now use. Let's see. It looks like we've hit almost the end here. Yeah, so let's take this little quiz. I thought this might be fun just to kind of wrap up our Facebook 101 class. Sharing things on Facebook is more blank than traditional communication tools like email and instant messaging. It is more public to do that. It is not private. You would be having to deal with everybody that's affiliated with that. Why is Facebook privacy so important? Select all. Some posts could negatively affect your professional reputation. That is true. Things you post could be visible to people you don't know. That is true. Third-party websites can access, let me go ahead and check those. Third-party websites can access information from your Facebook account. That is true. You could be sharing personal information you'd rather keep private, and that is true as well. When you share something on a friend's timeline, only your friend can see it. That is false. All of their friends can see it as well. What happens when you like a business or organization? You agree to receive private messages from the page. The business will be able to install software on your computer. No, they won't. But you will receive private messages. You'll receive updates from that page in your newsfeed, more than likely so. And the information will appear on your timeline. Okay, so you do not agree. So the answer is you would receive updates for that page on your newsfeed as well as information on your, oops, sorry about that. Let's go back. It's public. Oh, it was all of these, I believe. False. And it was these two. So, sorry, the information will appear on your timeline and the business will be able to know. You'll receive updates on your news feed and it will appear on your timeline. What is news feed? Updates and stories from your friends. Where will your status update appear on Facebook? Select all that apply. It'll on your timeline. Just on your timeline. Oh, and your friend's newsfeed. Wow, I missed one. True or false, when you change the privacy level in the audience selector, it will change your privacy setting. That is true. As soon as you start making those changes in your settings, anything future, then it's going to fix as well. So, all right, you guys. Well, this was all about Facebook 101. Very basic skills to get you going, get you started. I am more than happy to sit down with you and we could go over this again together, or perhaps maybe you have something that you would like to go over a little bit more specific. Then that would be fantastic as well. Just get with me. My information is at the beginning of this class. So thanks so much. Happy Facebooking, and I look forward to the calls to get you going and getting you the help that you need. Thanks, everybody. Without you, there'd be no reason to have these. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a great day. Bye.